What up, boys, and welcome back to another video. So I've done a couple of videos on gold farms in classic TBC that you guys can do in preparations of Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and I'm pretty much just testing the waters, like doing the TBC farms that I did back in TBC Classic to see how well they perform now. Now, all of these farms are, of course, included in the complete gold guide for classic TBC. And if you guys haven't grabbed it yet, you can use the code TBC to get 50% off. I also finished writing the complete gold guide for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. It's already 87 pages long and it features the best farms in the expansion. And if you guys buy the book, or if you've already bought the book, you guys will receive every single update that I do to the book for free for life. So you can use code Wrath of the Lich King to get that one for 50% off. But both books will be linked down below in the description. So big thank you to everyone that has already purchased them and for all the positive feedback. I really appreciate it. Now in today's video, it's a super interesting one because I made a shit ton of gold doing this in classic TBC. And the coolest part about it is probably the fact that it's for every single class, for every single spec, because basically what we are after are chests around in the open world. So this one right in front of me is an adamantite bound chest, and it contains a bunch of different materials that can sell for a lot of gold. And since you don't need a profession to pick up a chest, it can be done on every single class. Like, a lot of the stuff is guarded by mobs. Like, you have to kill mobs like I'm doing right now in order to access the chest. But there's also going to be chests that are just not guarded whatsoever. And it also depends on, like, you can do this in a lot of different zones in the game. I personally prefer Nether Storm because there's a nice amount of chests. It's adamantite, so it's like high-level chests rather than the fell iron chests. And the mobs that you have to kill are usually mobs dropping like Sun Fury, signets, and the arcane tombs. So that's also pretty cool. Now there's a couple of things you gotta know in order to do this efficiently. I also want to mention that if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so if you're interested in the Wrath of the Lich King Classic or just gold farming in WoW in general, and you guys will be notified whenever I upload a new video, because there's a lot of times when I'm uploading stuff like this and you want to be ahead. You don't want to watch the video 8 hours after everyone else and the entire area is swarmed and so on. So make sure to do that. But first of all, finding the chests, right? The add-ons you need in order to mark them on your minimap is the following: Gathermate, and then Gathermate to data, because that allows you to go to import, and then you can import like all the data. You can get every single chest in every single zone marked on your map. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to find these yourself. So it's quite easy to just pay attention to the minimap and open up the map to see where you got to go next in order to pick up these chests, right? So how much did I make doing this for an hour, and what could you possibly get out of these chests, right? So looking at Wowhead, you can see the complete loot table of these chests, and it's just materials and consumables. Actually, Wowhead is missing some items that can be in these chests, but it's nothing really worth mentioning. But you can get cool stuff like Corium bars. You can get yourself Mana Tissel, and you get a ton of healing pots and mana pots. So after a full hour of this, I got like 15 to 20 gold raw just from picking up the chests. Besides from that, I managed to get myself 24 super mana pots, 23 super healing pots, and then you also can get the major mana pots. That's from the Felsteel chest, if I'm not mistaken. And they sell almost a gold each, so definitely worth picking those up as well. And I was extremely lucky because there was one chest that was guarded by 2 mobs, killed both mobs, and both mobs dropped an arcane tomb. And those are like 10 to 15 gold each. And then I got some herbs, some leather, and some ore and bars. But all in all, I'm looking at like right above 150 gold an hour doing this, and it's super chill. And it's worth mentioning that I did have competition when I did this. I never expected like classic TBC to be as popular as it is right now. And it makes sense because Wrath of the Lich King is going to be an absolute blast, and people need a lot of gold if they want to get like all the cool shit in Wrath of the Lich King. I did make a video on all the cool stuff that you can get in Wrath of the Lich King. If you guys want to watch that, it's definitely going to get you motivated to start farming gold already now, right? Another thing worth mentioning that's a common mistake that I see people do when they do this farm is that if you have no competition, there will always be a chest up at each spot, right? Like this spot will always have a chest up. This spot will always have a chest up. There will always be one, like in either of these. Same with this, like one of these will always be up at any given time. But if you go to a camp like this one, Mana Forge Ara, like there's going to be a chest up at one of these unless someone has already picked it up. But if you find the chest, there's no need to check the other location because it can only spawn at one of the locations at a time. So if you go to this one and it's up, you might as well just drop checking out the other ones and just go directly to the next location. I see way too many people, like even my competitors, like if I pick up a chest right in front of their face, they will circle the area looking for the other chests, but there won't be any because there's a maximum of one chest spawn at each location. So that's going to speed up your farming route, and it will probably knock off some of your competition as well because it's very common for people to just walk around in the same area. And a lot of these areas are guarded, as I said, but it really doesn't matter. It makes the farm more interesting. Some of the other zones has a more chill vibe to it, I guess, because the mobs are lower level or there's not that many mobs at the location. But Nether Storm, absolutely love the area. It's open. There's just one chest that I can think on the top of my mind that's inside of a building besides from one location that I actually tend to skip on my mage. That being down here at Kiranvar Village. Like these two Fellsteel chests down here, they are inside of a building. And inside of that building, there's mobs. So on a mage, I don't know. Like if you do this on a rogue, you can just stealth past the mobs and so on. But having cooldown, a 5-minute cooldown on my invisibility, it's not really worth going into those buildings. So I just, I go from this Monaforge Kuru over to Monaforge Duro. Like I just skip that area down there. And it's proven to be way more efficiently for me at least. However, though, that was it for today's video. Hopefully I didn't miss out on any information needed to do this farm. Absolutely great farm. It is RNG based because you never know what you're going to get out of the chest. But nevertheless, it is super fun. Every time you open up a chest, you're excited to see what you get. But that's it for now. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and up-and-coming Wrath of the Lich King classic videos. And don't forget to check out the TBC Gold Guide and the Wrath of the Lich King Gold Guide, which you can get for 50% off using either code TBC or code Wrath of the Lich King. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all of you guys back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.